afternoon. Good afternoon, Thomas. And that's right, Donald Trump once again dialing up the rhetoric on the campaign trail this weekend when it comes to the battle against ISIS and the issue of accepting Syrian refugees. Trump going off in Birmingham, Alabama on Saturday, saying that thousands cheered when the Twin Towers fell on September 11th, saying that thousands of Arabs in Jersey City, New Jersey watched that and cheered. Then he defended his remarks yesterday on ABC's This Week.
You know, the police say that didn't happen at all. Those rumors have been on the internet for some time. So did you misspeak yesterday?
Happen. I saw it. It was
you
on
saw
television.
That with your own eyes?
George, it
did
happen. There were people that were cheering in the other side of New Jersey where you have large Arab populations. They were cheering as the World Trade Center came down. I know it might be not politically correct for you to talk about it, but there were people cheering as that building came down, as those buildings came down. And that tells you something. It was well covered at the time.
All right, now I want to bring in NBC's Katy Tur, who's with Donald Trump today in Ohio. And Katy, start with some news just in the last few minutes. Donald Trump has actually taken to Twitter in the last 10 minutes to go into this issue a little further. He is claiming vindication, pointing to a September 18th, 2001 article in the Washington Post. This appears to be the only contemporaneous major news article that got into this issue he's talking about. I can just read the passage he's citing here. It says, this is from September 2001 in Jersey City. Within hours of two jetliners plowing into the World Trade Center, law enforcement authorities detained and questioned a number of people who were allegedly seen celebrating the attacks and holding tailgate-style parties on rooftops while they watched the devastation on the other side of the river. Katy, again, this appears to be the only account we can find from that period that even begins to approach the kind of scene that Donald Trump is describing here. Can't find any video of this. Are you expecting, though, this is a case an issue he is going to be pressing now in the days ahead?
I'm not entirely sure. In the past, when we've said we're sure he's going to talk about something or hit something, he hasn't necessarily talked about it during his rallies. I certainly wouldn't be surprised. Again, the campaign doesn't give out notes as to what they're going to talk about on any given day or at any given rally. But he did say in that tweet that you just mentioned that he is right because a number of people are tweeting about it. And that seems to be Donald Trump's defense a lot of the time, that a number of people agree with him, so he's right no matter the facts. The reality is, that article says there were a number of people detained. It does not say thousands upon thousands of people were celebrating in the streets of Jersey City, which is what he said at that rally in Alabama, and it's what he reiterated to George Stephanopoulos on ABC. Thousands upon thousands of people, that it was well covered at the time, and that he saw it with his own eyes on television. The fact is, that was not shown on television because it wasn't actually happening. The only video out there of thousands upon thousands of people celebrating as the towers came down was video from at the time of people in Palestine doing that, Palestinians celebrating as the towers came down. There's no video that exists that we've seen. We've checked our archives. Other news organizations have checked their archives that show anything like that. This is something that would have been very well covered at the time. We were all out with cameras, all of our organizations. People were on alert for any sort of potential terrorist activity happening around them. It was a high state of alert for this country. So for him to come out after the fact and to say that he saw it on TV might be him misremembering at best. At worst, it's a lie.
You know, you mentioned also that issue of Donald Trump responding to what he sees on Twitter. That's another one of the controversies that erupted over the weekend that we're hearing about today. This was a tweet that Donald Trump retweeted on his own account yesterday. It links to a graphic. The graphic makes it look like the overwhelming majority of murders in this country against African Americans, against whites, against all people are committed by blacks. The statistics here have been shown to be bogus that this tweet claims, and yet Donald Trump, for some reason, retweeted this from his own account yesterday. Do we know anything more today about why he did this? And you follow him closely. I've noticed this seems to be a trend with him. He retweets a lot of seemingly random things.
I think he retweets what he sees without thinking about what the consequences are. A lot of us have retweets are not necessarily endorsements on our Twitter page, but a lot of us are not necessarily running for president. And when he retweets something and gets as much attention as it's getting, there are some questions surrounding what exactly he's trying to achieve. In that retweet, the graphic says that 81% of white people killed are killed by black people, and that's citing some crime source from San Francisco that doesn't exist. It's also saying that it's 2015 2015 statistics. The FBI is the one that releases those statistics, and they haven't released 2015 because we are still in 2015. Their 2014 statistics say that only about 15% of white people killed were killed by black people. So there are questions surrounding just what a tweet like that is hoping to achieve. Steve.
All right, Katy Tur on the road.